Good morning. How are you doing? I thought I'd give myself a nice pretty filter. So I'm talking this morning about where you are in your business right now. And I don't know, maybe you love planning, maybe you hate planning, but I'm here to tell you this, right? Good morning, ladies. How you doing? I'm here to tell you this. Planning isn't for everyone. Planning is for me because I'm very organized and I like to have things down and set out. Morning, Bichon. How you doing? I like to have things set out. I like to be really methodical in what I'm doing and have structure. But I know that for a lot of us, planning is boring. Planning doesn't excite us. Planning is totally unsexy, right? And I'm here to say to you that whilst I may always go on about planning, depending on where you are in your business or how much you've got on, depending on what you're doing right now in your business, and also who you're working with and the time and money you've got available, planning may not be for you, all right? Planning may not be for you. So I wanted to share some very quick tips for you, just depending on where you are in your journey. Just give me a number 1 in the comments box if you are in business, running your business and planning already. Just give me a number 1. If you watch the replay, also give me a number 1. Because what I want to share with you is this. Planning is not essential if you're not doing that much. It's a bit of a no-brainer. Secondly, if you have got a way already of organising that works for you, where you're not feeling overwhelmed, where you're not feeling stressed out, where you're very clear on what you're doing, where you are really clear on your daily activities, your monthly activities, what you're doing in terms of building your brand and promoting your business, then that's cool. Whatever way that you're doing to make that happen, great. The third reason I would say you don't really need a plan is that if you are just managing your time effectively and also, hey, how you doing? If you're also able to construct your time in a way that works for you because maybe you're not doing that much, again, great. But I know from experience, and actually I've got some of my coaching clients or previous clients on this call, if you're not using a plan, typically, right, you will feel flustered. Typically, you will feel very overwhelmed. You will feel like your head's bursting at times because you haven't got a structured way of working so that perhaps you can get better results, right? And I'll give you an example. Back when I first started my business several years ago, hey Nicole, how you doing? Hey Shanta, how you doing? Hey Captician, hey Dion, hey Susan. When I started my business over 7 years ago, it was coming up to 7 years in January, right? 2020, January, 7 years. When I started my business, I used to do so much. Like, I literally put in the work. And I was saying to a lady that I met this week who really inspires me. I had a kind of brunch meeting this week with a beautiful lady that's got her own business, been running her business effectively, running her own agency since 2011. I was asking her, it's always good to learn from people that are doing much better than you. And I'm never too old to learn. None of us are ever too old to learn. And I was saying to her, how did you get from where you were then to where you are now? And she was saying a lot of the things that I myself have even been scared to do. And I know that we all have comfort zones. And I also know that a lot of us are scared to even plan or put pen to paper or set out our intentions or write out what we want to do or how much money we want to earn because of fear, right? And then there are also some of us that don't want to plan because we don't like the structure. We're a little bit haphazard. We like to throw things around. We like the risk. We like the rush. And I'll be honest, I was in that latter category when I first started my business. I loved doing things last minute. I loved the buzz of being under pressure. And crazy as it might sound, let me know in the comments box if any of you can resonate with this. I loved the pressure. And it was weird because when I've been working with my clients and employers at the time before I started my business, I couldn't work under pressure. I had to have everything ready for them. T's crossed, I's dotted. They had to know when's this going to be done, how much money you bringing in, how much footfall can we expect, when's this 6-week campaign going to start and end? What are you doing in terms of outcomes? We want to see the measures, V. Pressure was on me to get those things set up before the campaign. When I started my own business, I didn't have any of that structure when it came to planning. I'm not going to front. I've done my degree in marketing and communications. I know all about branding. I've built brands from scratch. I've built brands, revamped brands. I've built strategies, right? But I'll be honest with you, I'm someone that loves to do lots of different things. And some of you may be able to resonate with this. I will be clear with you. Until I started using proper plans in my business, until I started putting things in date order, until I actually started to recognize that, this won't work unless it's done this way. I'm not going to get the results I want until I start implementing this particular style of working. I'm not going to see clients that I want on my books until I change up certain things. Until I got clear with my strategy in my business and got a real focus on what I was doing, my business didn't turn around at all. And I'll be very honest with you. I work with clients, a lot of clients that are in the same position as where I was. When you don't have clarity on what you're doing and you don't have that structure, you don't have that focus, maybe you're lacking in ideas. Maybe you feel a bit stuck in terms of tactics you can use. If you don't set things out on a post-it note, on your kitchen notice board, if you don't write things down on your phone, if you don't set things out on paper, if you don't type things out to yourself so that you are visualizing it, so that you are bringing your idea to life, without a plan, you get worse results than you would if you were to put in the work and just take like an hour or half a day, however long it will take you, to think about what you need to do step by step to get the results you need. Let me give you an example, because I digressed a bit then. When I started my business, I put on 4 events in 1 week. And I always share this story as one of the lessons that I learned. And notice I don't say failure. One of the lessons that I learned in my business was that when you take on too much, it's not good, especially when you're a solopreneur. Even if you've got additional resource or family and mates and friends that will help you, it's not a sensible idea, because we all know it typically falls down to the person who actually owns the business. Because only you, unless you are in a business with someone else, have that vision and desire to see this event or this project through to the end. And I put on 4 events, but I'll share with you why each event sold out. One was 120 seats in the room, one was like 30 seats, and the other 2 were like 15 or 18 people. 4 events in 1 week. It was in November. Never forget this. And I had different speakers that I had to brief. I had different venues that I had to liaise with. I had catering things to sort out, registration to sort out, loads of stuff. The only reason, right, that those events all sold out, paid tickets, is because I had a plan for each one. I had a way that I was going to promote the event. I had channels that I was going to promote the event in. I had people that I was going to go to actually organize myself and buddy up and collaborate to get my message further than just me. I had a plan. So even though I started planning these events from like the August, and I think this was my 2nd year in business actually, I started planning out these events from the August, and my events were starting in the November. I gave myself a good enough lead time, because by then my network was huge, and it's even bigger now, right? 4 years after that crazy week of 4 events, it's even bigger now, and I'm able to pull out stops for lots of my clients because of my network. What I learned from that was, first of all, don't ever try and do 4 events in a week. Like, you will be really, really tired. You will feel stressed, especially if your audience are people that might typically buy last minute. All right. And secondly, is that when you have a plan, that's why things will go to plan. Yeah. When you have a plan, things will go to plan. And I know that particularly in my community and also with small business owners, we don't like using plans. We think they're tedious. We think they're long. You know, let's be real, that's the kind of language we will use if you're of a particular mindset. They're boring. We don't want to do them. But here's the thing, right? And some of you are saying still do it. And if you fail to plan and you plan to fail, yes, absolutely. If you've got a business, you've launched a shop, you've got a book, you're doing a course, you're doing an event, you've got a film coming out. If you don't have an idea of who you're promoting to, the best times to reach them, the structure you're going to use to target them in terms of tactics, in terms of strategy. If you don't know what platforms they're on, if you're not clear on their audience profile, like literally, you might think you're trying to target all women, but there's a certain type of woman that will be attracted to your product or service. You might think you're trying to attract all mums, but there's a certain type of mum that's going to be needing your product or service. You might think you're trying to attract everyone that's into art and fashion and design. Yeah? But believe you me, if you haven't got your who correct, if you haven't got a plan that sets out who you are targeting, and you don't have the clarity on why you're targeting them, the plan, no matter how nice it is, no matter how cool your product or service is, you will find that without a plan where you're clearly identifying your audience, where you're clearly listing out, hey, how you doing, Lyndon? Where you're clearly listing out the budget you've got, where you're very clear on your objectives. Why are you wanting to use social media? Why are you posting like 20 posts a day on Instagram? What do you want to get from that? Who do you want to reach on Facebook? Who are you trying to target when you're going out and doing all these radio interviews? Why are you creating a banner with pictures of your products when actually it's your service that you're trying to promote in the next few months? Why are you out there pushing, yourself as a brand when actually it's your team that are doing all the work and they are the face of your brand? You have to really understand why you're doing what you're doing in business. And I'm going to be real with you. My background's branding and marketing. It's what I've lived, breathed, eat, slept, pooped for the last 24 years. Yeah, so I know this at the back of my hand. It's what I've done for big companies. It's what I now love doing for small companies. And one of the things I can tell you is too many of us try to cut corners. A lot of us try to cut corners. And unless you're very good at networking and playing the field offline and buddying up with people that have already got their own network, when you start your business, it's essential and I'm talking about even if you're 10 plus years in business, as some of my customers are, it is really essential that you understand that you need to plan if you don't have an existing network, that you need to plan if you don't have a budget, that you need to plan if you don't have a way of understanding who your customers are, that you need to actually plan to have coordinated effort so that you know on a Monday you're having a day off. And on a Tuesday, you might do a live stream. And on a Wednesday, you might write an article or go out and meet people. And on a Thursday, you might have another day off. Friday, you might do some videos and bank them for content. And Saturday, you might pick up the phone and speak to more people. You've got to have a routine. You've got to have a plan. And I'm not talking about a 25 plus page document, right? The way that I plan is simple and straightforward. And this is why my clients get results. Now, I've got clients, previous clients that are actually on this live now. Happy for them to comment in the comments box if they feel to share. But I know the way that I plan, the way that I organize with my clients, the way that I train my clients and coach my clients is not overwhelming. It's not in a way that makes you feel flustered and like you don't know what you're doing and you don't feel clear on the tactics you should be using and you don't know who your audience are and you don't know what you should be saying, because I work from scratch with you. And rather than dancing around your idea and trying to figure out the best way to get the radio stations on board, the best events to go to, the best people to speak to, why not just get a plan? Why not just get yourself set up ahead of 2020 and sort your planning out? Some people enjoy being stuck. Others will sit on an idea that they know they need to implement because of fear. And then there are also people that will tell themselves they can't afford to do something or they're not ready to do something yet, but yet they will go out and actively tell people they're in business or be sharing content that they're in business. Let me say something to you, right? And some of you may or may not like this, but if you've got a business, your aim in your business, unless it's a charity, should be to grow and to make profit and actually grow and see growth and cash flow in your business, in and out of your business. Now, if you've been in business, even if you're doing book sales, events, workshops, online masterclasses, speaking at events, exhibiting at events, you should be able to see that you're getting profit in your business. And if you haven't got profit in your business, then maybe you need to review your business model or your pricing structure. Maybe you need to look at your audience or the products you're even selling. Yeah? But all of that comes down to planning. It comes down to your business plan, whether that's a simple one-page business plan or your marketing and sales plan. What are you doing to boost your brand visibility, to get more people looking at your product, interested in your product, and wanting to know more about you? Because the thing is, if you don't have a plan to get visible, if you're not visible, in other words, if you're currently invisible and not out there enough, and let me just be very clear, I'm not talking about spamming groups and being, out there every 5 minutes. I'm talking about working at a pace that suits you. So if that's only one day a week, you got to make it work for you. I'm not about the hustle mode and the do this 16-hour, 18-hour days, and my clients know this already. You do what you can when you can, yeah? I had, let's see who I can call out here, people that have done some of my workshops before. So Kamamu Mosaics, go and check out her page, Dion. I worked with her on a group coaching program for 6 months. She's even written testimonials for me on how much that helped her in her business to grow, to get clients, to get PR exposure, and also to position her in front of the right people. I think she was even voted in the Voice newspaper shortly after doing the coaching as the top 100 businesses to know in terms of interior design. Now, I'm not saying that my coaching helped do that, but I know that without the coaching, she certainly wouldn't have been using video in the way she was. She certainly wouldn't have been doing the content the way she was doing it, and also putting herself out there in front of the right people and redefining her audience. And for many people that work with me, for people that are on my coaching program now, which is completely sold out, for people that, work with me at events and workshops, one of the things I can say is I always get people that are anxious about investing money. I always attract that type of client. But why I get the buzz is that, you see, when you've got your plan, and you're implementing that plan, I always get people come back and say to me, best investment I could have made. Don't know why I was even doubting it. Not really sure why I didn't do this before. And all you've got to do is go and look at my testimonials, you'll see that. But this isn't about me. This is about you. And it's about you if you don't use a plan. It's about you if you are the kind of person who kind of likes to kind of flow, but not in the sense where I'm talking about flow. I'm talking about flow in your purpose. Some of you talk about flow and kind of just flow in and out of what you should be doing, trying to work things out and dragging things out. Some of you I've spoken to personally from like last year, and for whatever reason, and this is not a criticism of anybody who will watch this live or watch this replay, you're still at the same place. thereabouts as you were when I spoke with you last year, because you haven't taken that step to get out of your comfort zone, to do activities or to invest in things or to meet people or to just do the thing that you know you need to do to see results in your business. So my topic today was about planning. And what I want to share with you are, as I said, just a roundup of several tips that I think will help you in moving forward. First of all, ahead of 2020, understand what works best for you in your business. This year, you might have found some really useful and interesting insights into yourself or even into your business or your customers about the best way to do your business. And that could be that you're not on social media all the time. Maybe you found going to events really useful, in which case your strategy needs to involve lots of events and offline things. If you know that everybody bought lots of your products and services in summer, then again, your strategy needs to bear that in mind. If you know that when you went out and you spoke to customers in a certain area or from a certain industry, your sales went through the roof, your strategy needs to bear that in mind. But let me just get to the core of this message. You need to have a strategy. Yeah? You need to have a way of navigating yourself through 2020 that doesn't leave you overwhelmed, that doesn't leave you confused, that doesn't leave you feeling stuck where you just don't know what you should be doing next. Now, let me just say something to you, right? I've got a masterclass coming up. I have masterclasses and events throughout the year, but I've lessened them now because of the way I've built my business model, okay? So I do more stuff online. If you want to know more about that, comment below or message me or direct message me. But what I want to say to you is this. If you're stuck in your business, how long do you want to stay stuck? If you're not getting the results you want, how long will that continue? When will you decide, okay, I need to actually step up? Okay, I need to really look at what I'm doing. I need to think about what I did last year. I need to think about my results the last 6 months. I need to really reflect on the customers that I'm attracting because they're not really paying me what I'm worth. When are you going to sit down and actually do that? Because a lot of us stay in the same spot for long because it's our comfort zone. And I can tell you this year, particularly around like now, I'm having to get out of my comfort zone big time, and you will see more on that if you're in my mailing list and if you're on this page and you've clicked on the turn notifications on button. You will know what's coming very soon. But I'm just here to say to you, without a plan, you are more likely to get, or let me say, you're less likely to get the results you're really looking for. When you've got a plan, you feel so much more relaxed. Think about, getting out of comfort zone is really important. And, you know, you and I have done some work together, so I know you're a woman who really does put in the work. I know that. We connected even on Instagram and you vibed with me straight away. And that's the Captician, who is outside of London business. Really, really keen to see you soar in 2020 because I can see that you're pushing out some really good stuff. But if you know in your business that you are in business and you are stuck, if you know that you're in your business, you need to look at your customers. You maybe want some direction on when you should be sharing things, the systems you need in your business to get the results that you deserve, how you can make more money in your business. I've helped lots of business owners monetize their brand this year, probably over about 40 that I've given ideas they hadn't even thought about before, right? And they're now making money from those ideas by diversifying into different markets where there's a blatant need. I can't force anyone. You know, you can't force horses to drink water, okay? But what I can say to you is, honestly, be encouraged, because a lot of us are out here talking about we're in business and there's no cash flow going in and out. We're literally just in business on Instagram, doing things for the gram, literally. I am a coach who wants to see everyone I work with succeed. If I don't see the success, I feel like I personally have done you a disservice. So I will push you to the limit. Anyone coming to my event on the 24th of November, depending on when you watch this live, if it's gone past it, look out for the next date. But if you ever attended in my masterclasses, you know I give 2,000%. You come there with a plan, you leave ready to take action. And you know I'm always there for you. Once you've invested in something of mine and I know you're serious on that level, I'm there for you 100%. And that's not to say that if you don't invest, I'm not there, because many of you come to me for free advice and I give it. But I'm talking about getting really deep and diving into what you're about in terms of how to grow your business, getting the systems and processes in place that many of you don't have. Yeah, simple appointment booking systems, ways in which to find your customers online, ways in which to actually organize, your content, how to use social media, how to get off of certain platforms that aren't even benefiting you. Because it's not about the likes, it's not about the engagement alone. It's about you actually nurturing relationships and knowing how to convert. It's about understanding how to convert the sales. So we could all get likes and engagement if you wanted to. I know many gurus many gurus that have bought likes, and I won't put anyone on blast. I know many gurus that have been on social media for literally a year and a half, and they're in the 20,000s. They've blatantly bought their likes. It's cool. As long as those likes are helping you convert into sales, it's all good. I'm all about organic reach. I'm all about growing your business authentically. I am about flow, but not in the sense of flowing where you're just floating everywhere and you don't know what you're doing. I'm about giving my clients clarity. Okay, so you asked me, are there any spaces left on my online program? No, my online program always sells out, always. And spaces, I put it out, I think it was in July. I think I did 2 or 3 posts and a few lives, and the spaces went. Actually, I signed up my last person in October, let me not lie, but the spaces went. The next thing coming up will be January. I have got an online program that I'm launching, so if you want to know more, message me or comment below. It's specifically on branding, and that's coming out this year. So if any of you want to know about that, you can. It's about branding and visibility specifically. Hey Fee, hey Sonia, how you doing? Hey Miss Benedetto, if I pronounce that right. So it's just to wrap up and say, if you don't have a plan, think about the tips I've shared today. It's okay if you're not doing much and you don't have a plan, because you may not really need one. But I think whether you're doing something or not, having clarity on where you're trying to go in your business, getting clear on how you can actually build your brand, but more importantly, how you're going to promote it. Once you've built it, you need to promote it consistently at a pace that suits you, but consistently. If you don't have a plan for that, yeah, and as I said, I've got a live masterclass, if that's what you were asking me about, 24th of November, a live masterclass. It's just £99 for you to get clarity on who you're targeting, where to show up, the systems and processes you need in your business, how to grow your business, how to monetize your brand. It's a bit of a no-brainer, to be honest. But as I said, you have to be ready. You have to be ready to invest. You also have to be ready to do the work. It's not just about being on social media and, pushing yourself. It's actually about understanding what you can do once people have liked, understanding what you can do once people have expressed an interest in your product and service. What do you do? Do you know what you do? Do you have a process? Do you know how you actually maintain and manage your data? Do you know how to actually convert a lead into a sale? Do you know how to even go out and get leads? Because all of these things are essential to your business growth. You see, I'm not just a coach and consultant. My background stems over 23 plus years. I've worked with very big corporate brands, global brands, and I'm now an international mentor for 2 companies and a UK brand as well. Okay? And one of the things I've got a reputation for is helping businesses get clear on what they need to do to grow their business when it comes to online and offline promotional tactics. And that's on any budget. I've worked with over £250,000, £1 million plus I've worked on 0 budgets for companies, well-known brands, charities. Yeah? So if you need the help, give me an emoji, give me a sign. If you found this useful, please give me some kind of comment. Let me know if you picked up anything from this live that you'll go away and do today. But remember to think. Compare your activities to last year. Are there any patterns? What needs to change in 2020? Think about your audience. Do you need to change who you're targeting to and why you're promoting to them in that way? Yeah? Think about your budget. How much budget are you going to spend, or are you just going to do this willy-nilly stuff that a lot of us are doing at the moment? Think about your budget. What can you actually afford to spend? When you're making money, what can you afford to invest back into your business, back into your marketing? That banner you need, that Facebook ad campaign you might be now ready to do. When are you going to do that? Put it in a plan. Let's get some ordering going on, because that's when you're going to see the real results. I'm telling you, the clients that work with me, that do plans with me, as I said, the testimonials are there as evidence. I'm not going to do any more talking. I want you to enjoy your day today. If you've enjoyed this live, please do share it. I'm probably going to put it up on IGTV, but I want to say to you, when you plan, whether it's social media content, whether it's your video content, whether it's your events that you're going to be going to, whether it's just what you're going to be saying to people, that is when you will see the best results. See more of my clients coming on. Hey, past clients coming on as well. Hey, Leah, how you doing? Hope you're all well. So think about this, guys and gals. Your brand is key, but also promoting it once you've got it is key, right? That's why I brought out my planner, okay? Ring-bound planner, £19. Hardback planner is still £24, yeah? A5 gives you all the dates for your diary, gives you everything you need in terms of the campaign ideas, and also, ideas on how you can make sales, a budgeting page, social media page, selling page. It's all there. You don't need to make excuses anymore. If you want to do it on your own, at least invest in something or someone that will help you. It doesn't have to be me. But if you want to do something in one day, the session is from 3:30 till 7:30. 3:30 till 7:30, right? And that session on Sunday the 24th of November is going to totally shift the way you think about marketing. I'm not going to guarantee you that. In fact, I'm going to go as far to say, when you come, everyone that comes gets a planner. You already know this. You get a planner in session, and when you come, you're going to use that planner and start mapping out with me on the day some of your campaigns. Yeah, because I want you to succeed in 2020. If you're watching this now and you've taken the time to watch to the end, I'm telling you, you deserve the best. I will speak to you soon. All right? Have a phenomenal day. Bye.